truth and power of God. That's the Holy Spirit. It's the truth and the power of God. Christ was born of that. John the Baptist was not. He was going to be a Nazarite from the womb as well, a Levitical priest. And when Mary showed up to Elizabeth was in her 6th month. And soon as Mary walked in pregnant with Christ, John the Baptist started kicking in the womb. He knew exactly. He like, oh, okay, the mother of my Lord has just entered into the room because the baby is signifying this. So y'all, it can eat no, he said, don't eat no unclean thing, don't drink no wine. The baby have to be pure. A lot of us think, a lot of time, if a young child, well, I remember when he was this little, he was acting a little effeminate a little bit. He always been like that. He was born that way. Sin is transgression of the law. There has to be a law that says you can be born in sin. If you're born breaking the law, then you get into the kingdom free.
There'll be a law in the womb.
There'll be a law about the womb. What the baby do? What law did he break in the womb to be born in sin? Because effeminate is a sin. If a man lie upon a woman, if a man have lustful taste for another man, that's law breaking. Wicked. Because the law tells us a man should not lay down with another man like a woman. Romans 1:20 say it too. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 say it again. So if you're born that way, God made a mistake in the beginning. So why are you going to church? Because he sure ain't going to deliver you in the end. You messed up from the beginning. How you going to trust him now? I was born this way. You were born as a sinner. What law you broke in the womb? That's what we want to know. Kicking too hard? Biting on the inside of her breast?
That Psalm 51 and 5 is where people get that misunderstood.
What David talking about Bathsheba, where he said, David didn't say I was born in iniquity. He said I was shapen in iniquity. Because we have to understand, when you do that, you have to go wash yourself before sundown. And we are born with the inept nature to sin, but we're not born sinners. You're born with a trait that will not force you, but you're prone to sin. And that don't happen, that don't straighten out, because that started with the first man. 1 Corinthians 15:51 say the second man is going to have to kill that nature. So no matter how righteous we get, that nature still lies on us because it's death.
You got to say the other half of that verse. It says that, behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me.
He said in sin did my mother conceive, but he never said I was a sinner. Now, if they use that and say he was born, then we got to go right to the next verse where he say, take hyssop and I shall be clean. So will hyssop make us clean? We can go buy all the hyssop out of the organic food store down there, and guess what? You go in the bathroom after eating at some favorite restaurant, the smell ain't going to be different. You still going to be like this. Shh. Woo, don't nobody go in there for about an hour. If this stuff will make you clean. The same thing David also said, the wicked come out of the womb speaking lies. Right, so if you going to lay it on the line like that, say this is what David meant, then you got to explain these other ones over here. Say the babies come out of the womb lying. What baby you seeing born as soon as it pop out? It's a girl. I can make a booger talk. No, we ain't seen that. Have you, ma'am? Martin Luther King was Jesus Christ. See no baby come out speaking lies. So y'all, we have to understand what David was saying. David was pouring out his heart about Bathsheba and how he had took her from Uriah the Hittite and had him murdered. And he was saying, look, my sin nature overpowered me. And when you read 1 Samuel 11 chapter, it talks about the wayward man. It's talking about David in his low state. He should have been out to war, because it's the time that the kings go present themselves to the other nations and let them know this is the king of our nation right here. But David stayed back, chilling on the rooftop, chilling. Should have been out there and walking and looked over and saw Bathsheba purifying herself and like, who is that? Send her to me now. They like, that's Uriah the Hittite wife. First strike, she's married. He like, I don't care about that.
Shacking his Mac.